All right, so today we're talking about kettlebell snatches. So again, same thing as kettlebell cleans. If you haven't done kettlebell swings before, definitely need to go do those. So if you haven't done those before, go watch our previous video on how to do kettlebell swings appropriately. So for cleans and snatches, the swing is basically the main thing that's powering the whole movement, and the arms are just kind of following along for the rest of it. So we're going to have Matthew start going through some of our exercises going into snatches. Our first one is going to be a kettlebell high pull. So we're going to be doing, again, a kettlebell swing type movement, mostly powering with that hip hinge movement. It's just when the weight comes out away from our body, we're going to kind of guide the weight up a little bit higher, so elbow's going to pull up higher above the shoulder. So he's going to go and show us 5 good reps here. Nice. And one of the things we're trying to practice here while we're elevating that kettlebell is keeping it close into the body. So that's one of the important parts of that pulling motion, is not letting the weight get too far away from the body there. So now that we got the high pull motion down, we're going to go through the eccentric or the negative portion of a kettlebell snatch. So what we're going to do is just cheat clean up into our rack position, press it up overhead. We'll talk through that overhead position just a little bit here, just so we get comfortable with that. So again, Matthew's got a really clean overhead position here. His elbow's fully locked out, wrist is nice and straight. That's all stacked right on top of the shoulder joint. That's all stacked through his hip joint. So good alignment from there. And then to get the kettlebell down from there, we're going to do this little goosenecking motion. So we're going to kind of go from that locked position, kind of just tip the kettlebell up over the top. As that goes through, we're going to ride everything down all at once. So the elbow, the shoulder, all the hips are going to ride back down from there. So if you want us to go through that motion, everything just all at once, nice cheat clean back up to the top. And again, we're working on timing, trying to get everything to kind of flow together here, getting that wrist to kind of, cascade down the chain. And then again, also trying to practice the kettlebell coming close in front of the body. So I shouldn't be able to hit my arm there if I have my arm out in front. You can practice if you have like a wall out in front of you. And again, keeping that kettlebell close in is going to make it much easier to catch up at the top there. So those look good. All right, so now that we got the high pull and the eccentric part of it down, now we're going to go through our full snatch here. So we're putting together that high pull and trying to catch in that overhead position. So basically, once we're through that high pulling motion, we're just trying to punch through into that overhead position. The bell, the actual weight of the kettlebell, is going to be mostly where we want it. We just want to rotate that hand around and kind of punch up into the top position. So we'll have Matthew demonstrate a couple here for us. Do 5. Nice. So he's kind of guiding up that elbow, mostly powering with his hips, so it just kind of floats up to the top there, and then guiding down. Nice. All right, and then a couple of the big reasons why we're going to be doing kettlebell snatch is it's going to get us in that overhead position. You never know when you're going to need to get in that position, and even something as simple as like getting your luggage down from a plane, just doing that with some control. Doing these movements kind of helps you get through